Hello, hello. Today I will show you a little bit of the map and how it started and some of the logic that will run behind it when you play my game. Let's get to it. Here are the blueprints and variables that I have in this level. In the begin play, we have spawn start room. We start a timer that I use as a failsafe in case we run into an infinite loop. And then we finally spawn next room. This is the function to spawn start room. And this is the start room that I created with 3 exits that can be used to spawn the next room. This is where we create an array with those exits and we spawn the next room from that. Here is the variable that I can use to set which rooms can be spawned and the chance for them to spawn. Here are I have 10 different rooms to make more interactive. They have different layouts and exits to spawn from. Right, I do intend to create more than this right now, just for testing purpose. That's what I'm using. After they spawn, we always check for overlap, and that's why we have that timer here. If after 5 seconds, which I set here, the rooms are still overlapping, it means we fell into an infinite loop. So this custom event will check for that and delete the whole level and start over if in case in 5 seconds the whole thing is not generated perfectly. Here is the function that we have to check and delete that. Here is where we're gonna check if we have a list to for the overlapping rooms and we check, then we destroy the actor and spawn next room. This is just to not always delete the whole level and start over. So after each room, we're always checking, and if that room overlapped, we destroy that and try to spawn it again so we can go to a different exit. That way it will not be overlapping, but it could still fall into an infinite loop depending on the position that room is being spawned. Here is where I can set the number of rooms to be spawned. And finally, we have a branch here to determine, like, until a certain that number is reached, we can keep spawning next room. And once that number is reached, we will spawn the boss room as the last one. Here is the function that I use to block the exits left. So every time a room is spawned from this exit, I have to block those two from creating another room. And we spawn doors, and the exit that was chosen to the next room to spawn, we have to spawn a door there so it blocks the player from going to the next room without accomplishing some task first. Here is the logic for spawning and checking for the overlap of the boss room. It had to be made separate. I think this pretty much covers all the functionality for this level. Now we're just gonna have a little preview. I set here to spawn 10 rooms between the start room and the boss room, and it's procedural random generated, so it always spawn different rooms. Here we have the start room, and then finally 10 rooms that the player has to follow until you finally reach the boss room. And then I can generate it over and over. It's always gonna be different, so it's more interactive with the player. It never knows how to proceed. And I think that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for your support.